Hello students, how are you all? I hope all you are fine and well. Welcome back to my environmental science class. Myself Shomiran sir. Today I am back with you with a new chapter of your environmental science, that is chapter number 13. A River's Tale, part 1. So in this chapter we will discuss some very interesting things about river, about the river pollution, how the rivers are important to us, as well as few of the questions we will also discuss. And at the last of the video, you should get some question for your self-assessment. You should take out a copy, note down the question and try to solve the answer. But before solving, you have to go through the chapter properly. Open your textbook, go through the chapter, as well as you should also watch the video. So I hope you can write it down. So let us start our chapter. A River's Tale, chapter number 13. So this picture is given in the first page of that chapter. Okay, so can you understand what the picture it is? Okay, what types of things you can see in this picture? Okay, so let us discuss about it first. A river's tale. Look at that picture of the river. Read the words given below. Boat, floating water, blue, fish, water plants, river, foul smell, big ship, oil, river bank, factories, washing clothes, animals, other work, change, city. So these are some words given. Now many of the words are unknown to you also. You are thinking what you will do with these words. Some of the meanings are also not known to you. So use this word to make a story. Give a title of your story. So you have to find out the meaning of those words and you have to write a story of your own using these words. So I can help you a little bit, but it doesn't mean the same story you have to write. I am giving you some hint about that and you will try by your own. Story of the river. So this title I have given. You can give some other name. Clean blue water. So a river is having a clean blue water. Okay. Lot of green trees and fishes beside the river. You can see lot of green trees are there, fishes are there in the river. One day a factory was set up, city was developed. So beside the river one factory or industry was set up. You can see that lots of factories are there beside the river because factories or the industry require lot of water, and the only source of water which the industry will get from the river. So like that one factory one day it is set up beside the river, and when the factory was set up, people came to the factory, they started to work in the factory, and gradually they started to stay beside the factory building their house, and gradually city developed beside the factory. People washed clothes and bathed their animals. So when the people started to stay over there, they have seen the river is nearby. So what they are doing, they are going to the river, they are taking bath, they are also making bath their animals, they are washing clothes, they are cleaning their utensil. Okay, sometimes they are also throwing garbage or the waste material or dirty things in the river. Ships came to supply good, oil spilled. So in the factory, through the river, the ships came with a lot of goods to take it away from the factory and to give some goods also to the factory. So, and maybe sometimes the ship is carrying the oil also. So oil is spilled over there. Okay, oil spilled means the oil is sprayed on the water by the leakage of the tanks in the ship. If the tank is full of oil, then sometimes there is a oil leakage, and this oil leakage can create pollution. What is pollution? Making the river water dirty. So not only the sheep is making pollution, people throwing garbage, they are making their animals bath over there, they are throwing the domestic waste, and all these things makes the river dirty. Factory waste are thrown into the river and fish died. It was no longer a beautiful river. So the people started to throw waste in the river, not only the waste, the domestic waste, industrial waste, and gradually the living organisms who are present on the river, in the river, they started to die. And previously the river was very beautiful, but gradually it was no longer a beautiful river. So now you can see that here one diagram is given, and it is the diagram of a river system. So rivers originates from the mountain top. That is called the source of the river. There are several lakes and glaciers on the top of the mountain. Okay, do you know what is a glacier? Moving ice is called glacial, and by melting of that glacial, the river originates, and gradually it starts to come down from the mountain to the plain region. So some of the small rivers are joining this main river or the main stream. So these small rivers which are joining the main stream, they are called the tributaries. So now gradually the rivers start to move through the plain region, and ultimately they are taking some sharp bend. So this bending is called the meander. You can see this S-like pattern of bending. These types of bending of the rivers are called the meanders. It is the main river, it is marked with an arrow, the main river, and ultimately the river meets with any sea or any big water body, lake or the ocean. So this is known as the mouth of the river. River mouth, you can see over here it is written, and the rivers are divided into numerous channels. You can see several numerous channels are divided. These channels are called the distributaries, and in between these channels the land which is formed, mainly especially triangle shaped land, they are called the deltas. So these are some important information and landforms related to river. The source of the river. The source of a river or stream is the original point from which the river flows. It may be lake, a marsh, a spring or a glacier. So from the mountain top you can see the rivers are gradually originating and coming down. Maybe there is a lake or glacier, and from there the river originates and coming down. Okay, and they are entering in the plain land. So from where the river originates, it is called the source of the river. And you can see where the river is originated, the water is very clear and it looks blue in color. Next, the mouth of the river. A river mouth is a part of river where the river meet into a larger body of water, such as another river, a lake, a reservoir, a sea or a ocean. So you can see this river is gradually meeting with the sea. So here is the sea and the river is meeting with the sea or any big ocean or body. So this region where the river meets with the sea, it is called the mouth of the river. So source is the origin point and mouth is the ending point where the river is meeting with any other big rivers or any seas, oceans or lakes. Next is the tributary. So what is a tributary? A tributary is a stream or a river that flows into larger stream or main stream or a river or a lake. A tributary does not flow directly into the sea or in the ocean. So just now from the picture I have already explained. So suppose this picture you follow, this is a main river, okay, and some other small rivers are gradually meeting with the main river. So these small rivers which are meeting with the main river over here, this one, these two, okay, this one, these are called the tributaries. And where the tributary is meeting with the main river, this region is called the confluence of the river. Confluence means the meeting point of tributary with the main river. So don't be confused between the tributary. And the next I will show that distributary. What is a distributary? A distributary or a distributary channel is a stream that branches off and flows away from the mainstream channel. So suppose this is the mainstream, this is the mainstream, and the mainstream or the main river is divided into several channels. You can see like branches, it has been divided into several streams or several channels. So these streams or the channels are called the distributaries. Means when the river gradually slows down before entering into the oceans or the seas. This is the ocean. Before entering in the ocean, the river is divided into several channels. So these channels is known, or the streams is known as distributary. So you should go through it properly. What is a tributary and what is a distributary? When the small river is meeting the main river, it is called a tributary, and when the main river is divided into several channels and streams, they are called the distributaries. Next, let's come back to our main chapter again. Look at the picture and answer the following. What is the color of the river where it begins? So I have just shown you where the river begins, that is the mouth. Over there the color of the river seems to be blue. Actually the water doesn't have any color, but as the sky is clear and the reflection of the sky falls on the river water and the river is very clear and pollution free, that is why it looks blue in color. Next, at some places there are many fish in the river, and at other there are only a few, and at some place there are dead fish. What could be the reason for this? Discuss. This I will discuss on the next slide. You can see some of the areas the fishes or many fishes are there in the river, and some areas only few or small number or small amount of fish are living in a river, and some of the place the fishes are dead. Okay, dead fish. So what is the reason? Over here you can see beside the river or a ocean, you can see lot of the fish are laying over there. They are dead. So what is the cause? What is the reason? I hope you can find out. Can you? Do you know the reason why the fish are gradually dying nowadays? Due to pollution of water. We are making the river water so dirty that the fish cannot survive. What can you see in the river before it reaches the village? So when the river is reaching the village, after it is originating or coming down from the mountain, what you can see? You can see some fish over there, as well as some of the people are taking bath on and making their animal bath on the river. These types of scenery. So different things you can see when the river is flowing through the village. At which place did the color of the water in the river change? What did this happen? Discount. Some of the place you can find the color of the river gradually change when the river originates or it is coming down from the mountain. The color looks blue, and as it is going through the village area, passing through the village area, maybe the color changes into green in color, and when it is passing through a city or beside the industrial area, the color of the water turns into black. So what is the reason behind this? You have to find out. I will obviously discuss, but you have to also find out some more points. Which of the places shown in the picture would you like to live in, and why? Over here some places are there. Okay, one is beside any industrial bed, any dirty or polluted water body, and another is where lots of fishes are dead. So any of the places, if you like to stay or live, you can, or if you don't like to live over there, you can also tell. So just now I have told the few of the things I will discuss. So at some places there are many fish in the river, and at other there are only a few, and at some places there are dead fish. So what could be the reason for this? Fish can survive better in the fresh water, okay, and clean water. But near the village and the town, people pollute the water. Polluting means making the river water dirty, okay, and the water pollute water by throwing poisonous waste material they are throwing on the water, and garbages, domestic garbages, okay. Most of the people who are living beside the river, they are throwing several types of garbages and waste in the river water, and this is making the river water dirty and polluted. This makes water unfit for the fish, and as a result a large number of fish, many of them died. So large number of fish died due to, if it is asked to you that you should live in a dirty room, in a dirty place which is very much unhygienic, can you really live and survive over there? No. So how can the fish can survive in the dirty and polluted water? That is why when the river is passing through any of the village or the city area, the people of that locality, if they throw the waste material, dirty things on the river, it will pollute the river. Which places did the color of the water in the river change? Why did this happen? You can see the lot of people have thrown waste on the river, and the industrial black and polluted or dirty water is coming and mixing with the water. So in this condition the fish cannot survive, anyone cannot survive. Lot of diseases can also occur. The color of the water in the river changes when it enters the city, town or village. This happens because industrial waste, garbage, sewage are thrown into it, which make it highly polluted. So due to the waste and garbage thrown in the river, due to the sewage and the dirty water mixing in the river water, all these conditions change the color of the water. The water doesn't have any color, but if you throw dirty, black, white, different types of dirty things in the water, in the river water, it will change the color. And if you want to keep, if you don't throw it in the river water, then the water will be very much clean, and the fish can also easily survive. So your answer may be different. I have given some 2 sample answer for this, okay. And if you want to add more points on this while you are writing, you can also do that. Would you like to change anything that you see in the picture? You can see on that previous picture the people are throwing several types of waste material. Here also you can see the people, some of the people are throwing dirty things on the river. So if you have found these types of things, okay, in your locality, in your surrounding area, what do you want to do, okay, or how you want to change this, you have to write down your view over there. Have you seen people throwing different things in the river or the water bodies? Maybe you have already seen lots of people are there in our locality. They are throwing the dirty things or different type of waste or polluted or poisonous things on the river. Maybe they have cooked some food and some waste, domestic food or waste food they have come and thrown in the water. Some industrial area, all the waste are thrown in the river water. What could be done to keep the rivers clean? Discuss. So what we should do to keep the river clean? Can you tell some points? I hope you have lot of ideas regarding this, how to clean the river water or how to keep the river clean. So let me also discuss some of the points with you. What could be done to keep the river clean? People should not wash their clothes and bathe their animal in the river water. The sewage and the industrial waste should not be dumped directly in the river. The sewage and the industrial waste, also the domestic waste, we should not throw directly on the river water, or don't dump directly on the river water. Both sewage and industrial waste should be first treated to remove the harmful chemical before dumping it in the river. So in the water, industrial waste water or the sewage, we have to remove all the harmful things from that, then we can throw it. But if the water is full of harmful things, and we have to separate the harmful things. Maybe some of the things like plastic, it pollutes the water. So if some dirty water is there and if it contains plastic, we have to first remove the plastic from it, then we can dump. So it will pollute, but the effect will be less, and if possible we should not throw it in the river water. Okay, some other points also you will collect: how to control the pollution of the river, how to keep the river water clean. Okay, and you should write it down in your EVS classwork copy. Now the last part, the important questions. So I hope you have understood about the river and the river pollution, how to keep it clean. So from this first part, some question I have given you for self-assessment. All this question you will write down in your copy and you will try to find out the answer. A place where the river originates is called what? I hope you can. Second one, find out and write the name of some important rivers in our country. In our country there are several rivers. Okay, many big rivers are also there, an important river. So you should collect 5 or 6 important names of some important river and you should write it down in your classwork copy. Third one, do you know what is a tributary? How it is different from a distributary? I have already discussed this in the video. I hope you can. If you want, you can add more points while you can write it. Take the help from the video and you can write it down. What does the number 4? What does people throw in river? Is it right to throw material or things in the river? So what types of things the people used to throw in the river? Is it right to throw or it is a wrong process? Okay, write your view. Okay, the last one, do you have any river nearby your house? Maybe you have some river. So how can you keep the river clean? So if you have any river nearby your house, what are the methods you will take or what initiative you will take to keep the river water clean? If you don't have also nearby the other rivers which we have seen, or maybe if you have any pond or lake in your nearby locality, that water also you should keep clean. Okay, so what initiative or what method and steps you will take, you can write down 4 or 5 points in your copy. So I hope you have understood what I have discussed in the video. So after watching the video, take out your notebook and write down all the questions and try to write the answer. We will come back with some more interesting thing on the second part of the video. So today up to this much. All of you should stay at home and stay safe. Thank you all and have a nice day ahead.